Hello and welcome everybody for another stream. We're here in Buriram for the fourth round of the GPVWC Academy series. Hello and welcome everybody here from Thailand in Buriram for the fourth round of the GPVWC Academy series. My name is Menno Klont and I will be your commentator for today's races. So we've got a stream and we're now watching the end of practice and waiting for the qualifying session, which we will look into. So we have got quite a full grid with let me see 32 drivers at the moment. So let's see what will happen. The end of the practice session, we had a new guy, Fabian Root, if I pronounce that correctly, in first position, with Dylan Platt in second position and Adrian Diego in third position. Let's see if those guys will be fast in the actual qualifying session. So let's wait for that. Well, we're close to going to the qualifying session. It's waiting. Yeah. I believe the light at the end of the pitch is now red. And we wait for green flag conditions. Well, yeah, we've got 15 minutes to go in this qualifying session, so it will be very, very interesting. 15 minutes where all the drivers got actually unlimited runs, to set a good lap time. The qualifying is a private session, so they will not see any other driver on the track. So yeah, we're now in Thailand, which is actually very interesting. I believe this is normally a MotoGP track. And yeah, we're now here with the Academy Series. So yeah, very interesting circuit. I think a circuit that a lot of people, well, they don't know it that well, and that is actually a pretty interesting thing. So who can master the new type of circuit the best? That's quite interesting. While I'm waiting for people to start the first lap, so I actually can see some sector times, because sector times will of course tell a bit of a story. So we're waiting for that. You can see nearly everybody is out for their first lap, except Luca Tisano and Adrian Diego, so they wait for a bit longer. Oh, now watching Dylan Platt. Dylan Platt now he's on his one of his hot laps, and for now he gets the purple sector, which of course is pretty logical because he was quite fast in the last session. So yeah, he looks to be quite fast, at least over one lap. Let's see what he can do. Nice and smooth through those fast turns. Oh, we're now on board with Dylan Platt. Also, the second sector is purple. He's pushing quite hard, but it's still pretty smooth. So it looks quite well. But what kind of time can he put on the board? That's kind of interesting. Because will this then be a benchmark for all the other drivers to look into? Turns in, and he puts in. Yeah, he will go current fastest with 1 minute, and now I need to look at my issue. 1:23.328, which is the current fastest lap time. So I just see a lot of people now putting in green sectors. So a lot of people are now actually putting in their first decent lap. Let's see, Dylan Platt is still in first position, with Fabian Ruud now in second position with a 1:23.647, and Ruven Mechede, if I pronounce that correctly, is third with a 1:23.746. Well, we still got 11 minutes in this session. We now see what Patrick Magnussen can do, and he jumps to P5. So Patrick Magnussen to P5. It actually shows that the decent pace he had 2 weeks ago at Melbourne, he still has that here with a current P5. Let's see if he can improve even. We're now looking at Luca Tisano. I believe this is his first race at GPVWC. And let's see where he can qualify. I believe he did quite a bit of testing. Got some help from some other GPV members. So hopefully he can show that in the sector times. I think it's looking quite decent. Will not be the pace for pole position, but I think he can do quite a good lap time. Well, we now see what Luca Tisano will do, and he jumps to P16 with a let me see, 1:24.561. So still the fastest lap time is still for Dylan Platt with a 1:23.328, but Fabian Ruud is now very close with a 1:23.395. So those two are pretty evenly matched, with Ruven Mechede still in third position. We now got 5 guys now in the 1:23. So the 1:23 group is the group where you want to be in. Well, I see that Dylan Platt now improved his time, I believe, to 1:23.292. I must say it's very difficult to see all those lap times on my own, so I hope I will not miss too much timing for you. So it's watching a lot of the live timing. So yeah, so you know, guys, that I try my very best to keep you informed. Let's see, we've got a lot of people that still are improving. A lot of green sectors still, so the track looks to be getting better. And we nearly got everybody with a lap time on. We now got 31 of the 33 drivers setting a lap time in this qualifying session. Well, I believe we've now got Ruven Mechede, who was really quick, but he just went off track there. and actually he pulls out. He was quite fast because he had two green sectors. So yeah, he was quite fast and actually improved his time to a 123.5. So the P3 now is a bit yeah, a bit stronger now there. Well, Remco de Zeeuw just jumped to P4. Remco de Zeeuw P4. So that's really good. Still got more than 7 minutes in this qualifying session, so we can see a lot of improvements. And let's see how many people we can actually get in the 123s, because that's the group you want to be in as a driver, because it also will say that you're quite good over one lap, and also yeah, it gives a good hope um, for the races. I believe I see a new purple first sector time of Fabian Root with a 21.499 as a first sector. We're now actually watching Patrick Magnussen with a flyer. What can he do? Can he improve from P6? And he goes to, well, he stays P6, I believe. Dylan Platt now has got uh, two purple sectors. So what can he do? Can he improve? And if he can improve, what can he do? Can he go into the 122s? Will it be a 122? Let me see. And it will be a 123.144. That's really impressive, but not the 122. So will we see a 122? That will be quite interesting. Let's see if we've got some people with green sector times. And we've got several people now with green sector times, but uh, improving the whole lap will be, of course, a bit more difficult now. While a lot of people already put in some, competitive lap times. We're now watching Yanis Ilianos, if I pronounce that correctly, and he is around, I believe, 7.5 tenths up after two sectors. Can he improve from his 14th position? Well, if he can drive a very fast third sector, I think he can improve one or two positions. Let's see. Or runs wide a bit, but still good. Yeah, and he improves one position, so he jumps to P13. P13. And I believe we've got now a guy who jumped to second position, which is Ruven Machete. So very interesting for Ruven Machete. Uh, Machete. I actually cannot say it. It sounds like a very big knife now. Well, he's very impressive with his qualifying lap, so that's really good for him, because yeah, he's a new guy in the league, and he looks pretty decent. But we now see Gerrit de Vries jump to P11, so it is quite interesting what all the people now put in. We've got the first 12 guys within a second of the pole position, so that's quite competitive. While we're now looking at Fabian Ruud again, who's now in third position after the fast lap, and actually he abandons this lap. So with around 3 minutes to go, he will have one more run. So can he improve? That's the question. Let's see. Well, I believe we got a few runners now with green lap times. And we're now looking at Walter de Bruin. Walter de Bruin is actually pretty well known now in the Academy series. I believe he had quite a lot of starts last year and this year. Can he improve? He jumps to P4, so that's very interesting. His first sector wasn't that fast, but the second and third sector were like a big improvement. He jumps to P4, which is kind of interesting. And Stefan Scheider jumps to P6, so also he improved. So there is more time in the last 2 minutes of the qualifying session, which is a good thing to see. Let's see if we see some other people doing well. Well, we're now looking at Liam Sweetman, if I say that correctly. He now went to P24. And we're now looking at Giannis Lianos. Giannis Lianos, who now got well, he had quite a good lap time, but he will not improve on this lap. While we're in the last minute of this qualifying session, and I'm still keeping my eye on the live timing, because if you see some improvements, then I will let you know. Well, I saw off track there for Mateusz Guzowski. While we're waiting for this for the last laps. Actually, I need much more screens to keep you updated, so I'm watching a lot of screens while it makes it a bit more difficult to commentate. But we're now looking at John McLean. And John McLean, can he improve on his time? He's now in P12, which is, I think, decent, but can he improve? This will be his final lap. And he goes to 1:23.991. But does he improve? I don't believe he improves on his place. Well, I saw some change. I believe Adrian Diego jumped to P6. So Adrian Diego now in P6. I believe nearly everybody now has done their laps. We've got a few people still going faster. Oh, look at Dylan Platt. Dylan Platt is still going for it. It looks like he already has got pole position. But can he improve? Can he improve? What can he do? And he jumps to 1:23.008. Oh, that is really good. 2.5 tenths faster than the second position guy. So that's very interesting. What can Olaf van der Stam do? He's got quite a good second sector. Can he improve? And he jumps to P6. So Olaf van der Stam from P10 jumps to P6. So in the dying seconds of this qualifying session, we just see some good lap times. So that's really interesting and really good to see. So in the end, we've got 20. Let me see. 22 drivers setting a lap time, with the first 13 in the 1:23, and also the first 13 within a second of pole position. So yes, let me look. Yeah, we will be going for a short break, and hopefully after the break we will give you the best commentary of the season. So let's uh, let's go for that. I will be right back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to this broadcast of the GPVWC Academy series from Buriram. We had quite a long break, but I found some co-commentators, and one of them is Dan Hutt. Hello, Dan.
Hello. Hello.
And, you, and we've got another co-commentator, is Wopke Hoekstra. Hello, Wopke.
Yes, hello, Menno.
So we're now quite good with the commentating now. So. That's quite good. So we're close to race one, and I believe you both saw the qualifying session. Um, what do you expect of the qualifying session, Dan? You saw I believe, the end of the qualifying.
hmm
Do you feel the top guys will also be the top guys in race, or do you think something will change and still people from like mid pack can go to the top during the first race?
Well, as you can see, it's quite a fast circuit, so a lot of things can still happen. I think there will be a lot of opportunity for overtaking. Um, so, not per se the persons in front, they have a good shot at winning the race, of course, but there's also a chance for people who start mid pack and are good on their race pace. So we will see.
Yeah, we will indeed see what this race will bring here in Thailand. So we're waiting for we go to the first of two races of this evening. And actually, I take a look at the warm up. In the warm up, Dylan Platt was fastest. I believe then it was Ruven Mechede and Fabian Ruth was in third position. So that's at least what I see now. Waiting for the race to start. And there we are with a quite a big grid. So I'm very happy we've got 32 drivers now on the grid, which is, I think, quite good. Dan, getting to you once more. 32 drivers. Of course, we've got experienced guys and less experienced guys. How
Mhm.
much will experience be a factor in here for like also on this circuit, which is actually quite new to a lot of people?
Well, experience is quite important actually for the academy races. When you have experience, you have a bigger shot, of course, getting into the front of the pack at qualifying and giving you more opportunity to get a good finish. Most of the time, around the back of the grid, mid pack, there are crashes over here. And yeah, if you have some experience, you can. There's a higher chance to avoid them. And also, yeah, if you're in front of the pack, you can fight for a better position and even sometimes an FC seat.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we're now away from for the warm-up lap for the first race, so we'll do the starting order right now. So we will have Dylan Platt on pole position with Ruven Machede in second position, with Fabian Ruud in third position, and Patrick Kerr Magnussen carrying on his good form in P4, with Walter de Bruin in fifth position, Olaf van der Stam really good in sixth position, with Adrian Diego, another new guy for today's races, in P7. And I actually missed P8. Stefan Gazowski in P8, Stefan Scheider in P9, with Remco de Zeeuw in P10, with Owen Vielhausvik in P11, and P12 was, it goes pretty quick.
Stan Vliestra.
Frietstra, sorry. John McLean in 13th, with Linus in 14th, Luca Tizano in 15th, and in P16, Lepit, with Renison, Zonneveld, Miram, and Morby in 17, 18, 19, and 20. And then we've got Kuzik in P21st, Josh Martin P22nd, Liam Sweetman P23rd, and Craig Woolard in P24th. And then we've got Martin Riedberg in P25, Lucas Zalewski in P26, Chris Williamson in P27, and Arwin Brock in P28. Then we've got in P29 Koen Sonneveld with Panos Zides in P30, Sotiris Papa Giorgio in P31, and Gerrit de Vries in 32nd position. So, now getting to you, Wopke. Seeing the whole grid, what do you expect for race one? Who will win it?
Ooh, that's always a difficult question. I think Dylan Platt has a good chance. He did well in the first or in the previous Academy race as well, and he also raced in the Formula Challenge last time out, in which he actually didn't have such a good round. But I think he has what it takes to win this race. Although Fabian Roof in third could also be an outsider. He's a very experienced guy outside of GPV. So
Yeah, and I think Rufo Machete, the unknown guy for us, that can surprise us. So we're waiting for the lights when they go on. I think we're quite close now. Waiting for the lights. We've got Garrett Vries starting from the pit lane. Oh, now we've got lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are go, go, go. Oh, and a very good start from, who is this? This is Patricker Magnussen to the lead. Patricker Magnussen with a brilliant start, but he's got a smoking engine. Oh, this is
2 cars stalled, Menno. De Bruin and McLean.
Yeah,
Oh, what happened there? What happened there? Dan, did you see what happened there?
Yeah, 2 cars stalled on the grid, and there was a massive pileup on the starting grid at the back of the field.
Oh, that's kind of interesting, because we don't see a lot of stalling cars. Let's see. And I believe Walter de Bruin is out of the race. Oh, interesting. Well, Gerrit de Vries now joins from with a pit lane start. So let's go to the front again. It's Patrick Magnussen who now leads with Ruven Machede in second position. Dylan Platt from pole position to P3. Oh, that is not that good. With Fabian Root in P4, with Mateusz Guzowski in P5, but he still's got a smoking engine. Don't want to have that for too long. With Adrian Diego in 6th position, Remco de Zeeuw in 7th position, in 8th position currently for Olaf van der Stam. Dan, you got any update of some good battles, some good climbers after one lap of racing? Do you notice something?
Yeah, Patrick had a magnificent start, of course, coming from P4 to P1. It's a good job, just running wide on the exit of T1. And now making a bigger gap, as we can see the replay of the start right now, with Wouter de Bruin stalling and somebody crashing into him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, when you've got somebody stalling, it's like it's so difficult sometimes to avoid, because you expect everybody just to go away cleanly from their line, but it's not always the case. We've got
Dylan Platt making a move around the outside.
Who can he do? Yeah, and I believe he makes the move stick. So Dylan Platt seems to have quite a bit of pace, and he now goes to second position. Interesting. Bob, did you notice something during the start phase or something else?
Yeah, maybe Gerrit de Vries was starting from the pit lane, but because the cars at the back, they stalled, he couldn't leave the pit lane for quite a while, so he actually has a big gap to the cars in front of him now. So he will have to make up a lot of time, so he's really unfortunate there in the pit lane.
Yeah, I think I know what Gerrit wanted to do. Gerrit wanted to have this safe option, but if you have cars stalling, then of course the safe option will be the slow option, I believe. So he's quite far down. I believe he also had somebody for a nose cone change in the pits. I believe Luca Tizzano.
That's correct. We saw him enter the pit lane after the first lap. I believe he was involved in the first, in the starting pileup actually, as well as Lukasz Chalewski. I don't know, I probably butchered his name, so sorry for that. But he's dropped a lot of positions as well, and John McLean as well has been. Because he also stalled, I think.
Yeah. Well, we've got the top 4 quite close to each other, and Dylan Platt looks to be really fast. Patrick Magnussen still leads, but you just see Dylan has more pace while Patrick just runs wide there. But yeah, Dylan is trying to push as hard as he can because I think he wants to, yeah, make the move stick as fast as he can, so then he can actually work on a healthy lead. If he can, of course, pass Patrick Magnussen. I believe Patrick is quite young and still already quite talented. Dan, I believe you're about his age or maybe a few years older. Is it difficult if you're starting as the young guy to actually do well at the beginning? Well, we now have to move around the outside, inside, and they touch each other. Oh, and they touch, and Patrick Kerr is off, and he lost his front wing. He lost his front wing. No, Patrick Kerr. Oh no.
Fabian going on the move on Ruven.
Yeah.
And he makes it stick.
And
oh, what a crash.
Yeah, what a crash. Yes. So we were talking about Patrick Kerr, and because they went side by side, I believe there was a small touch, and Patrick Kerr just
Somebody without a rear wing on the track.
Oh,
Adrian
Diego. What happened there then?
P20. Somebody, I believe, crashed into him.
What happened there then? Oh, he spun it. Oh, Adrian Diego spun it. But why did he spin it? We can. Yeah, we can see it back. I believe he lost it over the grass and somebody hit him, and I believe that was Lianos who hit him here. Look, we now have got 3 commentators. Wopke, you've got something to say about that incident or the incident with Patrick Magnussen?
Yeah, so I watched all the incidents back quickly, and I saw Patrick Kerr actually was really unlucky. First, he, of course, he touched with Dylan Platt, but that was just, I think a racing incident because they were fighting for the lead, and then Machedi actually passed him and moved over, but he moved over a little bit too early and actually hit Patrick Magnussen, and that's why he spun into the wall. And Diego just spun on his own, and then the car rolled back onto the track and he got hit. I think it was Lianos because he's in the pit lane without a front wing.
Oh, so a lot of drama after a few laps already. Well, this race is going pretty quick, of course, with the quite fast track that it is. So let's look. So Dylan Platt now is leading with Fabian Ruth now in second position. So actually he gained he gained a lot of momentum after the crash, and actually he could make a move stick because of I think the problems Rowan Machede and Patrick Kerr had, right? So he actually went from P4 to P2.
Yes, that's very correct, and there you can see his experience as well. He just knew he could get through that without any problems, and he has to be careful though. Machedi is still right behind him, but he does have the DRS from Dylan Platt, so this could be a 3-way fight for the lead because Guzowski behind is quite far off at the moment.
Oh, yeah. Well, I believe we had another spinner. We've got Giannis Llanos who went off briefly. We now see an overtake from, I believe, Stan Vlietstra who moved to P8. It still is pretty close. And a spinner! And we've got a spinner, and how big is the damage there? Yeah.
I think it will be suspension damage.
Ooh. Yeah, it's I think pretty big suspension damage. Can he continue? How big will the damage be? Oh.
He was defending quite aggressive to the car behind, as you could see. But he's still on his way. Still P10. Oh.
But how much damage will you get if you hit the wall? Yeah, that's of course every time. That's the question. Only he now knows that how difficult the car now will be to control. While the top 3 is still really close. And after the top, behind the top 3, we've got actually Mateusz Guzowski, who's now in P4, closely followed by Remco de Zeeuw now in P5, and Remco de Zeeuw will go for it. P5 will that be P4? And I believe so, because Mateusz Guzowski runs really deep, and Remco de Zeeuw goes to P4. While Fabian Ruud is really close to Dylan Platt for the lead, so actually got a battle for the lead. Oh, and Ruben Mechele is also very, very close. Go to you, Dan. What do you think? Who's got the edge in speed of those three at the moment? Because the top three, all look pretty decent and pretty fast.
Well, looking at some data over here at the sector times, Dylan Platt is gaining a lot in the middle sector if you compare it to the rest. This lap already he gained 4 till 6 tenths a lap only in the middle sector, and that just gives him a big advantage coming onto the straights, having a big gap already in between them.
Of course, the other two will have DRS on because of Dylan's leading. So yeah, I fear when Dylan loses the sector 2, like sector times, and they were really close, then they might DRS past Dylan. But of course, for now it looks good. Let's see if we've got any other good battles. I believe Guzowski wants to attack Remco de Zeeuw. Wopke, do you see any good battles at the moment?
No, but we do have another retirement. Tiziano has retired from the race. He spun the car on his own and he just decided to call it a day. I think he was already pretty much last, so that's why he probably quit the race. But hey, he will have another chance in the second race.
He will have another chance. Yeah.
I think we have an exciting battle going on at P8. Morten trying to overtake Johannes.
Yeah.
Really on his gearbox. Let's see if he can make a move. With a really twitchy rear end. Pushing the limits. And even behind him they're all packed up.
It's a nice group behind Johannes Lepit, if I pronounced that right. So it's quite a good train of cars. We can call it Johannes train. So yeah.
I think he will make the move on the next straight.
Yeah. Now Morten will have the chance, and if he gets DRS, he might pass. Let's see, we'll have more overtaking speed. Now going for more slipstream. Now pulls out of the slipstream. Can he do it? He of course needs to brake later. We'll have the inside corner. But he seems to be past. But can Johannes, can he attack, counter attack Morten? Oh, he's trying, but cannot do it. And actually this gives Stan Vlietstra a chance, but also Philip Morby is now looking for P11, so he took P10. He took P10 away from Stan Vlietstra. Oh, Stan Vlietstra has a bit of a moment with own Houtvik.
But Menno, you asked me at the start of the race, when we were talking about Patrick Kerr, what it is like to be racing at such a young age. Well, the pressure is sometimes really big if you want to perform in FC or even Super Cup. I'm going to drive Super Cup this season. So yeah, you feel a lot of pressure, you want to perform, but in some cases that can lead very badly in crashing, spinning, pushing the car over the limit. But in this case, this wasn't, of course, what happened with Patrick Kerr, unfortunately.
No.
He was doing a really good job. So I hope he can do better next race.
Yeah, he was a bit unlucky for Patrick Kerr. Let's see, where is Patrick Kerr at the moment? He's now in P27. Let's see how far he can still go into this race. and where he can start in race 2. We still got the
Stan
Victory.
Vlietstra makes another mistake and he's been passed by Buriram for P12.
Okay. So I fear there's a lot of damage at Stan Vlietstra because the car doesn't look to be very good at turn-ins, and yeah, that's something you need on this circuit.
And there's a good battle for P4 as well. We're watching that now. And actually, Olaf van der Stam is really close to Guzowski.
Oh, Guzowski running a bit wide. Can Olaf van der Stam try to overtake him in the next corner? Can he break deep? Oh, he takes the inside. But Guzowski not giving up, and he's past him. Great job by Olaf van der Stam.
And Olaf van der Stam actually moves up to P5 and just sees Remco de Zeeuw now in front of him in P4. And this is, I think not a place where we expected Olaf van der Stam, because we didn't know much about him. And he now is in P5, so excellent job from this guy. And let's see where he can finish. Well, we're pretty far into the race, only a couple of laps to go. And let's go at the front. It's still Dylan Platt who is leading. Fabian Ruud is still very close. With Ruven Machede now, well, just lost the touch a bit to the first two guys, but that's he's nothing. Shouldn't, nothing to be ashamed of, because those two are, I think, pretty all-round sim races, Dylan and Fabian. So yeah, it looks pretty settled for the podium, but I think behind it will be very interesting. We've got a battle for P5 again. Now we've got Mateusz Guzowski, who's going for the move on Olaf van der Stam. But Olaf van der Stam looks to have a bit more straight line speed and will just stay ahead for the moment.
He will try to cut back or not.
Very interesting moves now with, I believe, 2 laps to go.
Like you said, a really good job of Olaf van der Stam running P5. We didn't know much about him, but he's doing a really good job there, defending off Guzowski.
Yeah, he just makes a name for himself, and I think that's something you want people to do in this series.
Actually, if I may say something really shortly about him, I actually raced him in a Dutch league, and in there he wasn't that good, so I'm really surprised to see him up there, and he's really impressive. So yeah, good job by Olaf van der Stam.
Yeah, you just see improvement of drivers can happen very quickly. I'm not sure how long it has been since you raced against him.
Yeah, that was actually last year. So but I think he is pretty new to. Not 100% sure, but I think he's pretty new to sim racing. So yeah, it's good to see him improving.
Yeah, I think experience also is very important. While we nearly had the number 3 runner, Ruven Machede, spin out of the race. He had quite a high-speed spin, and he just managed to catch that. So yeah, he's still pushing quite hard for that podium.
I've been watching him the last couple of laps already, every now and then, and his car seems really unstable right now. I think it might be the tires going off for him.
Yeah. The tire wear isn't that high on these cars. I raced at Istanbul with these cars, and it was really doable to keep the tires in good shape. Don't know about it on this track with some good high-speed corners. But yeah, indeed, its car seems to be really unstable. Maybe because of the tires, and now he spun around.
Well, I believe we're now on the final lap of the first race. Dylan Platt still leads from Fabian Ruud. The top three looks to be pretty settled, but let's see for the whole group behind it.
A really close battle for P10 behind them.
Will we see some last lap moves? We always will see that. Oh, big slipstream. They're not going to try to overtake Philip Morby. Johannes Lepit is trying it, but it doesn't work now. And Owen Frielhausvik is also taking a bit of a look. But yeah, Dylan Platt is nearly at the finish line, and we will. Yeah, of course, we don't want to miss that. If Dylan can do it, and it looks like he can do it, he will be the winner of the first race. And of course, yeah, he will love Thailand and Buriram. And actually, he does so. He wins the first race. So it's Dylan Platt who wins, with Fabian Ruth at debut getting P2, with Ruven Machede at debut getting P3. With Remco de Zeeuw, another impressive finish for him in P4, with Olaf van der Stam in P5. Excellent job from the guy. Excellent job with James
Oh, and a
Guzowski.
mistake.
Decent in P6.
A car flying.
Oh, what happened there? Oh, it was Johannes. Johannes, what happened with Johannes then?
He spun around on the curb, it seems
Oh.
to be, and then somebody hit him in the side.
Interesting what happened there. Yeah, he just got hit and actually went flying. Oh, that's not something you see very often, but
Oh, and a
it
really
happened.
close battle for P21.
Oh, let's see. Oh, they're also close. And P21 is for Lucas Zaweski, with Chris Williamson in P22 and Garrett de Vries in P23. So that was the first race. Dan, what do you think of first race? Was it quite a nice race, right?
A very eventful race. Like we said at the beginning, a lot of overtaking, a lot of opportunities. It's such a shame of Patrick Kerr at the beginning stage of the race. As we can see the replay, the car just flying into the air. But he still made the line, so that's great for him. But,
yeah, actually he spun, I believe, over the line, so that's a flying finish. Yeah. So that's not something you see a lot. Wopke, you've got anything to add on the first race?
No, I agree
shout
with
out or
Dan.
something? Yeah.
I think it's just a very good race overall. I think it's very hard for a driver to run away here. So I'm excited for the second race. I think it's going to be even better. And yeah, some really close finishes, especially between P20 and P24. 5 cars within a second. That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and only 3 retirements, so that's really good.
That's very, very good. And yeah, of course, we will go on a break soon, and after the break we will see race 2, and then we will have the top 15 finishing positions reversed. So that's kind of interesting what that will bring, and I think it will open a lot of nice battles in race 2. But
yes,
yeah,
indeed.
a very, very good first race, and yeah, Dylan Platt as the winner. So I think he can be very, very happy. I believe we already saw Dylan Platt in the Formula Challenge. Wopke, do you know anything about that? If we saw him there?
We actually did last round, yeah. He raced for Thunderdog because Van der Vries couldn't make it, so he was replacing him. Although those rounds didn't really go to plan for him, I think he had a front wing change in both races, so he was a bit unfortunate there. But here he shows again that he is able to deliver.
Yeah, I fully agree. I also read something about Fabian Ruth. Can somebody tell me what's that about? I believe he also signed a deal in Formula Challenge, or am I mistaken? I believe.
Yes, with Frelik, I think his team
Frelik,
Frelik.
yeah. Team Frelik.
Yeah, Frelik. Yeah, he was.
So it was I believe
good for him.
A very late deal, and of of course they try to give him a bit more, of a feel about the cars on this race, and of course he did pretty well.
Yeah, good for him. He seems to be a really consistent driver, closing up the
Yeah.
gap to Platt and taking advantage of
Yeah.
other mistakes. So
I fully agree, and I think those races, the only thing you can do is make mistakes and not deliver your potential. And I think Fabian actually delivered, well, nearly the full potential. So yeah, very good. I think it's time for us to go to a short break, and we will be back in for race 2 pretty soon. and we're back for nearly for the second race of the evening. We've got one commentator left us, which is Dan Hutt. We now only have got myself and Bob Koekstra here.
Yeah, so I'll
So
be talking for two people now.
okay, that's very good. Of course, we've got our cameraman Szymon Frelik also helping us out really good. So looking forward to race 2 of the evening. And we're quite close to it because we're now at the end of the warm-up. And Stefan Scheider now is the fastest in this warm-up session. Let's see if he will have decent pace for race 2. So Wopke, I believe you already looked into the top 15 starting positions for race 2. And what do you think? Who will do well? Who will go through the field to get a decent getting a decent position? What do you think of the starting grid?
Yeah, so obviously top 15 reverse, so that's quite a lot of positions, and especially for the quicker guys, they need to make all those positions up. And I think even more than like in race 1 we talked about experience, and I think even more in this race, experience is going to make the difference. Being able to pass people cleanly, that's what makes the difference in this race, and we will see. I think people like Fabian Roof and Dylan Platt, they have a good chance, even though they are P14 and 15 at the start. But also someone like Stefan Schreider, who is really quick in the warm-up now. He's right in the middle of the field. He's like P8 on the grid, so he has a chance as well.
Yeah. So I believe in the 3 rounds we now had in the Academy Series, we had, I believe, Tom Voss winning 2 races on the evening. But if you got Damon Scoron winning 2 races on the same evening, and I believe Bjorn Brunson won 2. Can Dylan do the same? How big you think the chance will be?
I think actually it's a little bit smaller chance here because it's like on the one hand it's easy to overtake because you have a lot of options to overtake.
Yeah.
But it's also more difficult to run away from people. So I think there will be more chaos. There will be more incidents. But there will also be more overtaking and also people taking the position back after you take it from them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be it's gonna be difficult, but it's definitely possible.
Yeah. And the nature of this track, will that help a lot of people like staying ahead of the faster guys because we've got a lot of flowing fast corners here?
I think it's mainly going to be if you get ahead of the pack, then you can maybe get away. But you need to get out of the DRS range, basically.
Okay. Well, let's see if somebody can actually do that. Well, we're now going for the warm-up lap for the second race. Let's give you the starting grid for race 2. So it's Papa Giorgio in first position, with Josh Martin in second position, Stan Vlietstra in third position, and Johannes Lapid in fourth position, with Owen Kwiel-Housevik in fifth position, with Perseus Miram in sixth, Philip Morby in seventh, and Morten Wennersen in P8. Ninth position is for Stefan Scheider, with Mateusz Guzowski in 10th position, Olaf van der Stam in 11th position, and 12th position is for Remco de Zeeuw. We've got Rowan Mercede in 30th position, Fabian Root in 14th position, and Dylan Platt in 15th position. And then we've got Szymon Frelik in 16th position. John McLean starts from 17th, with Liam Sweetman in 18th, Armin Brock in 19th, and Panos Sidits in 20th position. Lukas Zalewski in 21st position, with Chris Williamson in 22nd position, with Gary de Vries now starting from the grid in 23rd position, and I missed 24th.
That was Riedberg.
We've got Woolard in P25, Magnussen in P26, what can he do? Teun Zonneveld in P27, and Janos in P28. Koen Zonneveld in P29, with Luca Tizzano in P30, Adrian Diego, who looked fast in P31, and Walter de Bruin in P32.
There was
So,
actually an incident on the warm-up lap, I think.
oh, and I see Stan Vliestra standing there. What happened there then? I believe we had quite a big incident. And did we lose Stan Vliestra? Stan Vliestra was starting, and Johannes also. P3 and P4 are not starting from the grid, so the whole second grid row is gone.
I think it's a lag incident from Vlietstra. He lagged into Lepit.
Oh, what a shame! What a shame! But yeah, we need to look what they can do during the race. But first, we look what the others can do at the race. And we're waiting for the lights to go out. And I think that moment is pretty close. Let's see. Waiting for the lights. We now see 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Who's got the best start? Decent start from, let's see, Sotiris, who still leads after 1 turn. Josh Martin is pretty close. On Phil Hausvik now in P3. Not a lot of drama into turn 1. And there they go. And now Josh Martin is trying to pass for the lead. And do we see some people actually going for it? Yeah, a lot of people going for it into turn 3. It's very close. Oh. But it's still Sotiris Papageorgiou who's leading. But now George Martin is going for it. And George Martin now leads. Can he get away from the whole pack? He needs
so
to...
far, both of them actually have a gap to third, which is Morby right now.
Yeah. And let's see how the the fast guys of race 1 started. I think they did well, but nothing major. I believe quite a bad start from Fabian Ruth. He lost quite a lot of positions.
Well, he was actually further up, but then I think he got forced wide somewhere, and then he kept losing position after position because he was in the wrong line. Philip Morby is now caught up to the front 2 as well, so the pack's back together. Although there is a small gap after P5, so it's the top 5 running away with it at the moment.
But very good, and we've got all cars still running with Luca Tisano in 32nd position. So Josh Martin now is leading with the red Academy car. With Sotiris now P2. Can Sotiris hold on? Philip Morby looks to be a bit quicker than Sotiris. Can Philip Morby go for it? Oh, Sotiris defends. Quite late defending move from Sotiris. We've got more battling further down. Let's see. Oh, we had a bit of a
crash! Adrian Diego's upside down.
Upside down! What happened there then?
He crashed with, I think it was...
Liam Sweetman is also upside down.
Yeah, they both crashed and both of them went upside down.
He's out of the track. Liam Sweetman is... Well, I'm not sure what happened there. He just went full rocket.
Adrian Diego went for the overtake, but then he just swiped across to Sweetman and took him out. So, big crash for both of them. Both of them going upside down, and Sweetman, as you said, ending up outside the track. So it's a massive crash.
Very interesting. And we had Mateusz Guzowski nearly running into the back of Philip Morby for P3, and that actually gave Philip Morby a bit of breathing space. But it's still Sotiris Papageorgiou in P2, and I think as long as Sotiris can keep the DRS of Josh Martin, he's got a chance to keep this this podium position.
Yeah, but watch out for Guzowski. He started in 10th because he finished P6, so he's actually had a really good start. And someone else who's had a good start as well is the guy who just beat him in race 1, is Olaf van der Stam.
Yes.
Although he's currently in P6.
Well, we've now got Gerrit de Vries in 16th position, also I believe a good mover.
Oh, crash. John McLean, oh, front wing taken off. And Garrett de Vries, I think, hit him. Yeah, Garrett de Vries hit him. And both of them have lost their front wing.
That's a shame.
So that was a good start for Garrett de Vries, but it's all over now because John McLean, I think he got spun out.
Oh, well, I believe we had a mistake from Josh Martin. What happened here? Oh, what happened there? Josh Martin, something happened with the car, with Josh Martin, but he lost his first position. It looked like he had a screen freeze or something. I'm not sure.
Maybe he let him through on purpose so he could get the DRS. It's a bit far-fetched, but it could be possible because he knew.
Yeah, but he's attacking. He's attacking again for the lead.
Oh, pushes him off.
Oh, no.
Papa Giorgio is off. He's lost his front wing. Sorry, I'm a bit. I'm laughing because of your reaction.
Yeah, I was so shocked. I was like, he had such a good position, and I just hoped he just kept in a decent position. But now, I think all hope on the podium now is gone with his front wing also not attached anymore. So that makes a bit of a difference. Well, we've got Josh Martin now in the lead again. With Mateusz Guzowski, yes, he's now in P2, and he thinks, yes, this is my chance. Can I get that win? And of course, he is looking for it. He got a lot of experience 2 weeks ago, and now wants to go for the prize. And he goes for the overtake, and he's going to take the lead. It's Mateusz Guzowski to take the lead. Oh, we've got a battle. Philip Morby goes for second position, but doesn't work out. Philip Morby now in P4 with a third position now for Owen Kvilhausvik. Owen Kvilhausvik, where does he come from? Yeah, Norway, but also where does he come from? Like in the race, we didn't notice him, and now he's there in P3.
Oh, and behind is 3 wide as well with Schreier, Morby, and it was Van der Stam, but he's lost out massively because he went wide, and he's down to P8 now from P4.
Yeah, and it's a nice train of cars. Let's see the top. I believe the top 8 is actually pretty close still. It's like I believe Formula Ford cars. It's so close. It's what you want.
Yes, this is
after 5 laps.
Great racing. Only 2 seconds between them.
Yeah, it's like normally what you do with rental cars when you have got a race, and then it's that close. But those are junior Formula cars, so it's very good. But Mateusz Guzowski, I believe, has now plans to leave the train and actually move outside of DRS, and maybe he can do it. Because Josh Martin doesn't seem to have the ultimate pace, and Owen Kvilhausvik is trying to go for a second position, but he cannot do it. Stefan Scheider has a lot of speed, a lot of exit speed for Stefan Scheider, and can he then overtake for P3? Stefan Scheider looked pretty racy at the end of last year and the beginning of this year in this Academy Series, and now goes to P3. Looks good, and he gets P3, so Stefan Scheider now doing good. And we now got Philip Morby, and who is this? Dylan Platt. Yeah, fighting for P5. Dylan Platt now in P5, so Dylan Platt thinks what Tom Vos did, what Guillaume Branson did, and what Damon Skoran did. That's something I want to do as well. Win both races of the evening. And I believe he's got a chance to do that. So that's looking very good. Also, let's see, Olaf van der Stam and Rowan Macheda are still close.
One guy who's lost out massively, by the way, is Morten Wernersen. He actually had 2 separate incidents where he basically got pushed off the track a little bit wide, and he lost multiple positions in the time. He went from P9 to P16.
That's
Oh, Dylan Platt is spun.
Oh, what happened there?
In the final corner, he spun the car. I think he did it on his own. Although he actually got hit on the inside.
He's got it taken inside. Olaf van der Stam. Oh, he went for it and did a over-ambitious move.
Oh,
And actually, he turned about. I guess that's not a double win for Dylan Platt in race 2, but of course he can be very proud for race 1. And Dylan Platt rejoins in I believe P10, but he will not be too happy with it. Well, we've got a move for P3. I also see a car smoking in P4. Wopke, who's that? Who's smoking at the moment?
in P4 is GPVWC, so probably set up the radiator a little bit too. I think he closed it a bit too much, and that's why the car may be overheating, especially in the dirty air. Since he's driving behind other cars basically the whole time, maybe that's why he's overheating. Although it shouldn't be a big problem because right now he's not smoking. It's just every now and then it starts smoking, so it's not a big issue. It's actually maybe hindering the guys behind. Like they can't see him so well, so they can't overtake him.
Yeah, if I was Philip Morby, I was like, Philip Morby is actually dropped down a bit, maybe he's because
under attack from
he's under
Mercedes.
attack. Oh, made a mistake. Oh.
Yeah, Mercedes took an interesting line there, and it didn't quite work out the way he wanted it to.
Oh, and now somebody goes for P7. Olaf van der Stam goes for P6 and gets it from Ruben Mercedes. So very, very interesting. And still the lead is from Mateusz Guzowski, but Mateusz Guzowski cannot get Josh Martin out of his DRS. So the whole group is still there. And I believe Stefan Scheider looks pretty racy. And
Schreider actually just almost ran into the back of Martin, so he's really looking quick, and I think this might be what Guzowski needs to run away from Josh Martin.
I believe so, and maybe maybe it will not take too long for Stefan to pass Josh, because Stefan looks pretty fast. But we also got Owen Vilhousvik, who looks fast. Will he go for it into the last corner? No, thinks better of it. Owen Vilhousvik cannot pass Stefan Scheider for P3. Let's see. So we've got the top 4 runners quite close. Then we've got a bit of a gap to Philip Morby, Olaf van der Stam, and Ruben Mercedes now in 5, 6, and 7. And then we've got Perseus Miram, who's driving an excellent race in P8. But Remco de Zeeuws in P9, which is really decent. And Dylan Platt now in P10. Can Dylan Platt getting any better position after the spin? Okay, what do you think?
He's a bit off the rest of the field, so it's going to be difficult. While in P6, Mercedes and Van der Stam are side by side again. Oh, and Schreider is actually in second. He's fighting Josh Martin, and he has the inside, so he should have the position.
Yeah, and now it will be really interesting, because I believe Stefan looks really good on pace. He looks really neat and tidy, and I believe he could follow the car pretty good when he was behind Josh Martin. So I believe the setup. Have you got a spinner?
Yeah, Olaf van der Stam.
Yeah, van der Stam.
Ooh, and a dangerous rejoin as well. Almost ran into another car. And he did spin, I think, all by himself. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, all by himself is, of course, a shame. Where did he drop back to?
P10, so it's not too bad. I actually managed to turn the car back around. But yeah, he's now behind Dylan Platt, like about just less than a second.
Yeah. Well, Owen Vilhousvik is still smoking, and I'm having a bit of fears that the engine will say I can take no more. So let's hope he can get this amazing position for him. Well, I see a mistake from Stefan Scheider in P2, but Josh Martin cannot make the overtake at the moment. And yeah, like you said, I think Mateusz Guzowski just walked away with it. Well, I believe we now see Josh Martin going for it again for P3. Yes, but Stefan Scheider makes a mistake, so Josh Martin goes to P2. So that's P2 again, and now Stefan needs to start all over again. And what can Owen Vilhousvik do? Can he look into this and say, hey, you are going to fight for P2, then I will try to look what you are doing and just well, take anything if you drop it and do some super move. Well, we've got Stefan Scheider going for it, but he goes too deep. Oh, and undercut from George Martin. Oh, that's quite interesting driving, Bob K. What do you think? Great
Yeah,
move, right?
I think he tried from a bit too far back. He just knows he's so much
Oh,
quicker.
spin. Oh, and he is now in P5. Stefan Scheider. He he lost it, but it nearly was game over for him. And yeah, I believe that's also game over for his chance for a podium, but we shall see with 3 laps to go.
Still 3 laps to go, and there is still a three-way fight again for P2 because Mercedes is actually caught up to the back of the P2 and P3.
Yeah, and that will be very interesting if he can get the double podium here.
Yeah, that would be a very good result for the new guy.
Kuzowski, yeah, is
I'm
now
actually
driving away.
surprised by Fabian Roof. He's down in 13th, but he's not really showing the pace that he had in race 1. Maybe he has some damage. Maybe he actually got hit in the first lap. That could be possible. But he is really not on the pace, and he's in P13, so that's not very good for him.
No, I fully agree. Well, we still have a great battle for second position in the race, but we also got a great battle for P5, which is Stefan Scheider and Philip Morby. Philip Morby has got an absolute amazing race, a lot of battling, and yeah, it's like a boxing player. Like, oh yes, oh, and now I will try to punch left and punch right and try to overtake this guy. And now, yeah, I'm still in P6, so yeah. Looks very good.
Yeah, and he's actually looking racy towards Schreier there as well, so that's interesting.
Yeah, much more racy than I believe we saw in recent rounds. So yeah, I think this track suits him. Just taking a look, but cannot do it for now. No, but Philip Morby looks quite good on this with this car. Good, and yeah, he can point it wherever he wants. That's very good. Well,
yeah. Remco de Zeeuw had a spin.
Oh, and where did he end up?
He's down to P12 now.
Okay, P12. See, Mateusz Guzowski now still leads. Oh,
and Teun Sonneveld has had a crash as well. He was in P14, I believe. He's down to P22 now and without a front wing, so he's really been unlucky. Let's see what happened there.
Well, we've got 2 laps to go, and Mateusz Guzowski looks to have this in the bag, but of course you cannot say that until the fat lady sings or swings or yeah. Whatever, but he looks quite good with I believe 2.9 second lead, while Philip Morby is still battling with Stefan Scheider, and yeah.
That's not Philip. Oh yeah, that is Philip Morby. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong battle. Oh,
and Stefan Scheider still is ahead, and yeah, in P2 is still George Martin, who doesn't have the outright speed, but still has that second position. Owen Phil Hausvik looks to be really racy as well. Can he do one move to go one step higher on the podium?
Oh, Buriram is off, and he's upside down in the gravel.
Oh, and Olaf van der Stam lost the rear wing. What happened there?
Oh, I think Buriram was just. He almost spun the car, so he slowed down, and then Van der Stam actually just hit him. And then when he rejoined, he ran into another car who has also lost his front wing, and that's Remco de Zeeuw. He's out of the race.
Oh no, that's not good. Unfortunately, they're out. it's all going wrong on the final lap. But we still got a good battle. Mateusz Guzowski looks to be the winner of this race. But we've got a mover for P3. Ruven Macheda is going for P3. And Owen Trilhausvik knows that this was a chance on the podium. Can he counter? Can he go for the podium again? Oh, big defensive move from Ruven Macheda. But can Owen do it? Or can Owen do it? He's trying. No, it doesn't look like he can do it. So we've got Ruven Macheda now getting the third podium position. Philip Morby now in P5 with Stefan Scheider in P6. We're waiting for the finish of the winner of the second race. He nearly is there with a few corners to go. He's nearly there. And he can celebrate his win almost with one corner to go. And there he comes. Mateusz Guzowski finishes the race in P1. Well done. Well done for the guy. Josh Martin in P2 with Ruven Macheda in P3. Very good race with Owen Trilhausvik with I believe a career best in 4th position. Philip Morby with an excellent race in P5. Stefan Scheider in P6. Dylan Platt still finishes P7 after the spin halfway the race. Walter de Bruin in P8. Didn't he start from P32? Okay.
I think he actually did. So he has made up 24 positions. So that's really impressive.
Yeah, star of the second race for sure. Simon Kusik in P9. Fabian Root finished in P10 after not a lot of pace in the second race. Was a surprise. Johannes Lepit in P11 with Stan Vlietstra in P12. Patrick Magnussen finished the second race in P13 with Luca Tizano in P14, and Perseus Miram finishes in the 15th position. So that was race 2. Very, very interesting. And I believe a bit of a surprise winner, okay? What do you think?
Yes, definitely. I think there were a lot of guys who actually had a chance of winning this second race, like I said, and it actually came through. They couldn't really run away from each other because the track is so much slipstreaming, and Guzowski did the best job. He got past the people he needed to get past to, and then he just stayed in front of Josh Martin until he got into a fight with the guys behind, and then he was safe for the win.
He was indeed safe for the win, so really well done. We now see the finishing order on your screen, so you can see where everybody finished in this 14-lap race. And that was the final race of the evening, and I think we can all be very proud on how it goes. Of course, those races will always produce some drama, and we had some drama here in Thailand. Hopefully everybody is still in one piece, or hopefully not in several pieces, but but I believe most of them were alright. I believe the biggest drama was in the warm-up lap when we saw the whole second row actually not starting from the second row.
Yeah, that was actually very interesting and really unlucky for both of them. I mean, they had a really good position to start the race from, and then especially, I mean, both of them couldn't really do anything about it. A lag spike isn't really like, sometimes you can do things about it with your technical stuff, but then you can't always do something about it. So it's really unfortunate for the both of them. And of course, we saw multiple cars upside down as well, so that was a bit of drama as well.
Yeah. Well, I believe we've now got a few people who want to get interviewed, so let's get some people in. First, let's move in the winner of race 1, Dylan Platt. Let's move him in. Hello, Dylan.
Hello.
So, you're live on air. You won the first race and had a bit of a incident packed race 2. Can you tell us how the evening was for you starting in race 1?
Yeah, race 1. The start was not ideal, to say the least. Kit went to anti-stall, couldn't see the lights.
Okay.
So, but the pace was good. Some minor mistakes, but you know, the pace was really strong in the first race. But second race was fun way through the field quite nicely. And then I don't know what he was doing, to be honest. I've looked at the replays. He just seems to go for a bit of a lunge on the guy next to him, and then misjudges it and hits me.
Yeah, just got spun, and I guess it was game over for the win then, in race 2. You looked quite good, I would say, for race 2. Of course, you will never know what you would have done. Now winning an academy race, of course, that's something a lot of those people want to do. Will this move you closer to a potential, FC seat? I know you did FC 2 weeks ago at Melbourne. What is the future? What's the future for you?
Well, tomorrow I am racing in FC for Thunderdog as a reserve for a bit.
Okay.
Just see how that goes. So, if I do well, we'll see what happens from then on.
Yeah, and of course, you made a lot of name for yourself just to win the first race, and I believe you also had pole position. So I guess that's something you can be really happy with. So good to hear that everything went well. So thanks for being here, and hopefully we speak to you soon.
Yeah.
Let's see if we've got more people who want to get interviewed. I believe we don't have a lot of people who are actually there. Well, who scored a lot of points. So I think we will keep it for this today. So we had one interview for Dylan today, and I think it's best we stop the stream now, and hopefully in 2 weeks' time we will be there for another Academy Series round. I believe then we are at China. Bobka, are you still there?
I am still here, yeah.
Yeah, in 2 weeks we're going into China.
I wouldn't know. I haven't checked the calendar.
Okay,
I'll check real quickly. Yeah,
I
if
believe
you're
it
wrong,
is
I will.
the Chinese Grand Prix. So then, of course, from going from Thailand to China, it's possible. Of course, if you got our COVID tests. So looking forward for that. We had 2 really nice races and quite an exciting qualifying as well. Anything you want to add, Wopke, before we go out?
It was a pleasure to be here, and I really enjoyed the races once again. It's really interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree. New talent is has been born here, and you all witnessed it. So maybe in a few years you said, "Oh, it all began here for Dylan Platt or or for some other guys." So I think it's very good. So until we meet again for the next stream, bye bye.